Ryan has found some newfound peace, some newfound composure, trusting his hand speed, trusting his boxing ability. Be smart like he was in that last fight, but be a little bit more aggressive and also go to the body.
I'm gonna still show him who's the big dog, who his real dad is. You know, Bill's not his real dad, I'm his real dad.
Greg Hackett leaned towards Garcia in their potential rematch. In his opinion, what Ryan has got is enough to put Haney down. However, he showed concerns regarding his mental health and stated that if he appears with the same mental strength like he did against Barrios, then the victory would surely be Ryan's, as his skills and power would be more than enough to secure the win convincingly.
Ryan is better being a boxer. Like, if Ryan could focus on being a boxer a lot more, he would find better results because he got the hand speed. Not a lot of people got the hand speed to deal with a Devin Haney. Ryan do. He got the height, he got the size.
However, Hackett still advised Haney some useful approaches to win this battle. He stated that though Ryan is fully determined to win this time again, there are some ways which could work best in Devin's favor. He asked him to be the one in the ring who knows what's coming, from where it's coming, and how to respond to it effectively and smartly.
Just being elusive. Don't get caught in one spot for too long. Stabbing that body. The feints, everything. Just make sure you bring your game. You know what I'm saying? Just bring your game. Don't go in there looking for one thing. You know what I mean? Don't go in there just saying, oh, I train for my hook or I train for my right hand, I'm gonna hit him with that. No. All the punches work. Use them.
Despite Hackett teaching Haney, Ryan Garcia asserted that if this matchup happens, this would be Haney's last fight. He vowed to end his career if he goes against him again. In his opinion, he already destroyed him in the first battle, but this time it would be even worse. He added that they already know what's going to happen to them, which is why they are hesitant to finalize the deal.
They still got that fear I put in them, you know, and they don't want to taste that fear again because it's going to be worse next time. And you know, I plan on him never fighting again after we fight the second time. I'll put an end to it.
Wade Plemons called it the right matchup for both the contenders. He noted that instead of looking for another opponent, they should fight each other again because it is the contest everyone wants to see. In his view, their first fight left many questions unanswered, and the rematch is supposed to clear all the doubts surrounding both of them once and for all.
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney 2, the rematch. I need it. I want it. They want it. Belts on the line, unification. It just makes sense. Boxing, for once, do the thing that makes sense. Don't give us the runaround. Don't talk about A-side, none of that. 50-50. Just do what makes sense because both these guys in their prime, both these guys already did it. There's a question mark still, even after we saw what happened in the fight. We need those answers.
Most importantly, though the rematch with Garcia is still only potential, in Devin Haney's mind it feels almost confirmed as he has started preparing for it. He is training as if the second bout were just days away, pouring relentless effort into every gym session. Back in camp, his focus is firmly on honing his abilities with clear purpose. Devin believes he can beat Garcia, and with that objective in mind, every practice, every stroke, and each change is being created. The way he performed in their first fight drew heavy criticism from the boxing world, with many arguing it looked as though Devin had forgotten how to box. That narrative has fueled him, reminding everyone of his elite-level boxing skills has become personal. He is putting himself through a rigorous training regimen in order to dispel skeptics and demonstrate that his ring, IQ, protection, and deft combinations are still intact and dangerous at the highest level. Furthermore, Devin and his father have repeatedly expressed that Garcia is nothing in front of them and that they can beat him convincingly if their fight happens again. They insist that it was the impact of drugs that allowed Garcia to perform so well, believing that under normal conditions, Devin stands above him. To stay true to those words, they are going absolutely brutal in the gym, ensuring no one questions his boxing identity again. However, Devin may be putting in his best work in the gym. Floyd Schofield was highly critical of it. He pointed out several flaws in his training technique and remarked that this is why he falls short when it comes to putting everything together. According to him, although Haney can perform one task at a time very well, to combine multiple skills effectively, he needs to change his training style.
His front foot turning? Do you see him on the ball of the foot turning? So from a coach's perspective, I could say that's a flaw. He's not generating maximum power from that hook. He's generating some power from the back and his shoulder muscles and a little bit of the hip, but he's not generating his bottom leg or nothing. So to me, that's not a correct hook. So that's what I call trash can juice.
Trash can juice, that's crazy.
It's just like saying it's garbage, but to me, if you're not gonna generate power from your legs, like they forgot the science of boxing. When you throw a left, you're supposed to generate.
Like Floyd, Timothy Bradley also suggested him to make some adjustments. Taking his flaws into account, he advised him to further hone his skills in training, just as he is doing right now. He also pointed out that Devin lacks certain game plans, which he must develop and apply properly to secure victory in the rematch.
But yeah, I think he can make some adjustments. Definitely, I would say add a new trainer, add a couple of, new set of eyes, to help his father, in the corner. And I think he can come back with a brilliant game plan. He should be able to beat Garcia, bro.
Going deep, Sean Porter slightly favored Haney without advising him anything certain to change. He expressed that good and bad performances are part of the game, but Haney truly knows himself. He is very confident in his abilities and understands that he can beat anyone at any time. On the other hand, in his view, Ryan often finds himself in confusion and does not even know what kind of fight he plans to fight.
I'm inclined to say that he fought better in between those knockdowns than he did against Brian Norman Jr. and also his fight with Jose Ramirez. So Devin still has some getting back to who he used to be, but he looked really well, and really hoping that Ryan Garcia can handle his business. And listen, even if he doesn't get his hand raised, just like with the situation with Rolly, if you don't get your hand raised, it's not about losing, it's about how you win.
Like Sean Porter, Zab Judah was also not very impressed by Ryan Garcia's last performance against Barrios. Even though he received a lot of appreciation for it, he underlined that winning does not always cover your faults. He emphasized that Barrios performed so poorly that Ryan still won despite his mistakes, pointing out his lost speed, movement, and power, which he was once a master of.
It was a good competitive round, but he still never showed the same speed. He never showed the same power. He never showed the same aggressiveness or the same size he possessed in the Devin Haney fight.
And while replying to Sean and Judah, Henry Garcia mentioned that he knows what his son is capable of. He highlighted that people are always quick to point out faults, and even after a commanding recent performance, Ryan is still being criticized by some fools. Like Garcia, he asserted that in this rematch, he will once again remind Devin who he really is, in case anyone forgot from the first fight.
Kind of ignorant, when they say stuff like that, because they know damn well, and they know Ryan more than any boxer because we fought him in the amateurs. And if you really look at Ryan's history, all his fights before we even fought the Haneys, Ryan knocked people out. He beat them unanimously. And then for them to say the PEDs, they're just covering themselves up. They have to. And what a coincidence that, his supplement was tainted, so it's just an ongoing thing. But you know what, again, they know who Ryan is. I know that. I know deep down inside, Bill knows. If anybody knows, it's Bill and his son Devin. They know Ryan, and they know Ryan can crack.
On the other hand, Regis Prograis remarked that Haney is far better than most people think. He clarified that Devin works like a machine and always gives his all in training. He also appreciated his performance against Brian Norman and stated that this time, against Ryan Garcia, the results would be far different.
I think Devin is better than what people think he is. I think we just don't like him because, for me, I called him a private school kid and stuff like that because of how he grew up and stuff. And of course, Bill has a lot to do with that. A lot of people don't like how Bill talks, but man, Devin is definitely better than what people think he is, for sure. So I feel like, man, I definitely feel like, yeah, he looked good in that fight. He beat the hell out of Brian Norman. He broke his nose or some shit like that. So yeah, I feel like Brian is, resumes do matter too. It's about who you fight. Brian Norman knocked some people out, but you know, it wasn't nobody on that level. So yeah, that's why I picked Devin to win.
How excited are you to fight on this Tyson Fury comeback fight? You're going to fight Conor Ben. How excited are you, and what should we expect?
Man, I'm gonna go out there and do my thing for sure. I'm super excited. I mean, I can't have too much excitement right now because we still got, you know, a few weeks to wait. But man, the thing is, like, I've been training almost the whole time. I was supposed to fight a bunch of people, and the fights just never came through. I came out here to Vegas because I thought I was gonna fight Arnold Barboza, and that didn't happen. I never got a contract from nobody, and then they offered me the Frank Martin fight, and it was on like a 3 weeks notice, so of course I wasn't gonna do that. And then at the same time, Frank Martin didn't offer me nothing. He doesn't offer me nothing anyway for little money. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I knew, bro, like.
Furthermore, Showbiz the Adult was among those hoping the fight would be huge, even surpassing their initial meeting. In his opinion, everything that has happened since the first fight has certainly ignited fires on both sides. He stated that to cool down these flames, both fighters are determined to win. In his view, although Devin Haney seemed a little off in their first encounter, expect him to perform at his full potential this time.
Ryan Garcia versus Debo 2 is going to be huge because of the product of the first one. Not because of Ryan, not because of Debo, but because of the product. Because the fight itself, there was 11-1 odds, and Ryan Garcia knocked Devin Haney all around the ring, and then boop, Osterine, right? He popped for the PEDs and shit, and then all of the scandal after that, and then Debo talking about suing Ryan Garcia. All of that shit is making this second fight big.
Echoing Showbiz, Mickey Bay also stressed that things have changed a lot since their first matchup. He explained they are now more mature and understand more clearly what needs to be done against Garcia. According to him, this time no drug is going to help. Replying to Ryan's claim of ending Devin Haney's career, he declared it could be vice versa, with Haney handing him a brutal loss.
I know Devin to beat him with anything in him, but it's rules. Like, you know, he ain't gonna beat us regardless. I don't care if he took every drug in the world. And this time, you know, it's gonna be different regardless, but he need to just abide to what they put together.
Moving forward, the first fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney took place in 2024, where Garcia appeared dominant, knocking Haney down multiple times in the ring. Initially celebrated as a win for Garcia, the bout was later ruled a no contest after he tested positive for banned substances. The boxing community reacted with shock and debate, acknowledging Garcia's performance but questioning the outcome.
I thought that Haney showed tremendous heart, resiliency, pride, quality of behaving like a champion, refusing to be knocked out the best that he could. So I'm not going to go down that road and say Haney was a less of a fighter, less of a chin. That's what. No. Garcia surprised us. It couldn't have started better for Garcia, for his confidence, for him to say, I'm here and now I'm okay. Then the first round hurting him.
This controversy sets the stage for a highly anticipated rematch, with both fighters expected to bring full focus and intensity. Nonetheless, with this rematch still to be finalized, there have also been suggestions of Devin to have a fight with Keyshawn. If it happens, Keyshawn's ability to perform at the highest level was highlighted when Bernie the Boxer leaned in Davis's direction. He described his most recent performance as exceptional, exhibiting expertise in almost every facet of the sport. He was hopeful that Davis might replicate that degree of dominance against Devin Haney, hoping to win handily.
Keyshawn is a guy that like to take on challenges. You know, he's very brash. He's very confident. He exudes confidence. He's a good fighter. You know, a lot of tenacity. A lot of, you know, ring. I like his style. You know, he goes to the body well. Good jab. Great personality, bring a lot of energy. So
going against Bernie, Dawood Bey was the expert who believed Haney would win. He seemed to be slightly critical of Davis's performance versus Jermaine Ortiz, pointing out that Devin's contributions to the ring are quite different. Bey believes Devin will have no trouble overcoming Keyshawn because of his extensive toolkit.
I respect Keyshawn for that shit. I want to see it, but I lean towards Devin.
Decision and stoppage.
He ain't gonna knock Keyshawn. Dev don't even press the metal like that. He'll throw some at you like if he think, but he not gonna really, he ain't gonna knock him out.
But if they get to the end of 12, I would lean towards Devin probably winning. I think Devin jab is a little bit better. And I think his defense is a little bit better. And I think when you be at the highest level, it'd be the little things.
Considering all these things, the boxing community is eagerly anticipating Devin Haney's return to the ring, though it remains uncertain who his next opponent will be. Different pros have suggested names like a rematch with Ryan Garcia, but it ultimately depends on which deal suits him best. Considering his last fight, supporters argued that no matter the opponent, Haney would deliver the same dominant performance, making his next bout pure cinematic boxing. Now, in the end, the big question remains, whom should Devin Haney fight next? Ryan Garcia, Raleigh, Keyshawn, or someone else entirely? Drop your predictions in the comments section below and let us know. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as your support is truly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned here for further updates.